Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into, well, one of the most complex, absolutely brutal origin stories in gaming. The complete Greek saga of Kratos.
The ghost of Sparta himself. It's quite a journey.
It really is. Our mission today is basically to cut through all the games, the comics, everything, and just lay out the timeline. Focus on that constant, calculated manipulation that turned him, from this desperate Spartan general into the god of war.
Yeah, and structuring it chronologically is key, I think, because so many people just see the rage, right? They miss the profound abuse, the layers of betrayal he went through.
Exactly.
And what's really fascinating, even before Kratos, is the studio context. Santa Monica Studio, founded by Alan Becker specifically to get away from a corporate environment.
Right, 1999. And their first game, Kinetica, in 2001, that was just a test run, wasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Just flexing their muscles on the PS2. The real vision, driven by David Jaffe, Twisted Metal guy, was inspired by stuff like Clash of the Titans, Onimusha.
Mythology, action.
Exactly. And it started development in 2002. The working title was actually Dark Odyssey.
Dark Odyssey fits, doesn't it?
It really does. And that Odyssey, that whole world, it begins with violence.
Yeah.
Even before the gods we know.
You mean the Primordials?
Yeah, these beings warring for eternity, they basically wiped each other out, and their falling bodies literally formed the landscapes of the world. Wild stuff.
So destruction is baked into the creation myth itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then come the Titans, born on the island of creation. And immediately, the cycle starts. Kronos hears a prophecy.
That his own kids will overthrow him, just like he may be feared happening after the Primordials.
Right. So what does he do? He decides to eat them.
Charming.
It sets the tone, doesn't it? But Rhea hides Zeus. Gaia raises him. He comes back angry.
Leads the Titan War.
Creates the Blade of Olympus, defeats the Titans, locks them away in Tartarus. But notice, he doesn't end the cycle of prophecy and patricide. He just becomes the new king, perpetuating it.
Yeah.
Fear is the foundation.
Okay, so Zeus is king now. A paranoid king, obviously.
Extremely. And his mortal activities lead directly to Kratos, born in Sparta, son of Zeus, and a mortal woman, Callisto.
And Zeus hears that same kind of prophecy again, right? One of his sons, marked somehow, will take him down.
Yep. The paranoia strikes again, and this is where the gods' direct manipulation of Kratos' life begins. It's calculated. Zeus sends Athena and Ares down to Sparta.
But they don't grab Kratos.
No, they grab his little brother Deimos. Because Deimos has this distinct birthmark. Kratos tries to stop Ares.
And gets that massive scar across his eye for his trouble.
A permanent reminder. And Kratos, as a kid, vows he'll never falter like that again. And in this act of tribute, but also immense guilt.
He paints Deimos' birthmark onto himself, wears it.
Carries that failure, literally. It defines him early on.
So fast forward a bit, Kratos actually finds some semblance of a normal life.
For a moment, yeah. He marries Lysandra, has a daughter, Calliope, but then tragedy strikes again. Calliope gets sick, like a deadly plague.
And Kratos has to find the ambrosia, the miracle cure, on a deadline.
Right. And this is where you really see the gods' cruelty. The comics show this quest. The Olympians treat it like a game. They're literally placing bets on who finds the ambrosia first.
Just a spectacle for them.
Worse than that, actually. Some gods, like Poseidon and Hades, they cause the plague in certain villages. Deliberately.
Wait, why?
To force their chosen champions, like Ulrich for Hades, into the competition. They weaponize suffering to rig their little game.
That's incredibly messed up.
It's pure cynicism. Kratos manages to beat Ulrich, gets the cure, saves Calliope. So he overcomes that manipulation, but you can bet the gods took notice.
But the peace doesn't last, does it?
Not at all. Ulrich, the guy Kratos beat, he comes back, bigger army, and this time the Spartans are overwhelmed.
Kratos is about to die.
In that absolute rock-bottom moment, desperation takes over. He calls out to Ares.
For the god who scarred him, who took his brother.
Like a very one pledges undying allegiance if Ares saves him.
And Ares accepts.
Instantly. Slaughters the barbarians, and then gifts Kratos.
Oh.
Well, gifts the blades of chaos. Chains them right to his arm.
And that's the turning point.
Absolutely. Kratos becomes Ares' weapon. The bloodlust takes over. He's causing chaos everywhere. His wife, Lysandra, she sees it. She's horrified, but she can't stop him.
And then Ares engineers the ultimate betrayal.
The masterstroke of cruelty. Ares needs Kratos completely broken, no mortal ties left. But he can't just order Kratos to kill his family.
So he arranges it.
Secretly teleports Lysandra and Calliope into a temple full of Athena worshippers that Kratos is about to raid.
Oh God. So Kratos, in his battle frenzy,
Kills everyone inside. only realizing afterwards who was among them, his own family, by his own hand.
And Ares is just there.
Pretty much reveals himself, basically saying, see, now you're free from mortal weakness. You're the perfect warrior. It was a test, a horrifying, deliberate test.
Kratos must have just snapped.
Completely. He renounces Ares on the spot. But the village oracle, she curses him, binds the ashes of his wife and daughter to his skin.
Turning him pale white.
The ghost of Sparta, a walking reminder of his worst sin, forced on him by a god.
And breaking that oath to Ares, that has immediate consequences, right?
Oh yeah, that summons the Furies, guardians of honor, enforcers of oaths. They hunt him. This kicks off God of War. Ascension, chronologically the first game.
Right, the Furies. What's their deal exactly?
They punish oathbreakers.
Yeah.
But Kratos meets this character, Orcos, who's actually a half-Fury himself. And Orcos drops a bombshell.
Another layer to the plot.
A big one. Orcos reveals Ares' real plan wasn't just making Kratos a killer. It was to use Kratos to overthrow Olympus. Because gods can't directly kill other gods, you see.
So Ares needed a champion.
Right.
A mortal turned god killer.
Exactly. Killing Kratos' family wasn't just spite, it was forging the weapon, making him ruthless enough to kill Zeus.
Wow. So Kratos finds this out, defeats the Furies. Is he free then?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But no. The final twist in Ascension is brutal. Orcos reveals the Furies made him Kratos' oathkeeper, meaning the only way Kratos can be truly free from the oath to Ares is to kill Orcos. His only ally, the one who told him the truth.
He has to kill his friend to be free.
He's forced into it, reluctantly kills Orcos, and as Orcos dies, the Furies' illusions shatter. Kratos is left with the raw, unfiltered horror of what he did to his family. No more denial, just the truth. It's devastating psychological torture.
Unbelievable. So the nightmares start, which leads him to Chains of Olympus.
Yeah, about 5 years later, he's still serving the gods, desperately hoping they'll take the nightmares away like they kind of promised. He's just exhausted.
And then the world goes dark.
Literally. The sun vanishes. Helios is kidnapped by the Titan Atlas, who somehow got out of Tartarus, all under this magical fog created by Morpheus, the god of dreams. Athena tasks Kratos, go save Helios.
But the fog, it plays tricks on him.
It does. He starts hearing his daughter's voice, Calliope's melody. He can't resist it. He drops his weapons, abandons the mission, basically goes AWOL to find her spirit in the Elysian fields.
Oh, Kratos, was it really her?
Her spirit? Yes. But the whole situation was a trap. Not by the main Olympians this time, but by Persephone.
Hades' wife. Why?
Revenge. She felt abandoned by the gods, blamed Zeus for her being stuck in the underworld. She freed Atlas. Her plan was to use Helios' power to destroy the giant pillar holding up the world. And everything.
So Kratos finding Calliope was part of her plan?
Yeah, a way to distract him, get him to give up his power. Kratos realizes he's been played. He has to save the world, which means
He has to leave his daughter again.
pushes her away.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. He has to kill the innocent spirits in Elysium just to get his powers back. Then he goes after Persephone.
Does he stop her?
Yeah, he kills Persephone, then chains Atlas, forcing him to hold up the world instead of the pillar. Mission accomplished, technically. Helios is saved.
But Kratos is even more broken. He sacrificed his daughter's memory, essentially, for nothing in terms of his own peace.
Exactly. More trauma, still haunted, still serving. Which brings us, finally, to the original god of war. 10 years of this servitude.
He's had enough.
He demands his reward, freedom from the nightmares. Athena gives him one last task. Ares is attacking Athens. Kill Ares, using Pandora's box.
Pandora's box. And isn't there a weird character he meets? The Gravedigger.
Yeah, this mysterious old man digging a grave who just says, I'll help you when you most need it. Cryptic.
And Kratos needs help pretty soon after, right?
Oh yeah. Kratos finds the box, but Ares, from way back in Athens, hurls this colossal stone pillar and impales him, kills him, sends him to the underworld.
But he doesn't stay dead.
Kratos, never. His willpower is insane. He literally climbs his way out of the underworld. And where does he emerge?
Right where the Gravedigger was digging the hole.
Exactly. And the Gravedigger reveals himself. It's Zeus, his father, claiming he was looking out for him.
Wow. Okay, so Zeus helps him.
Helps him get back, yeah. Kratos gets Pandora's box back from Ares, opens it, uses his power, the power of hope, ironically, and finally kills Ares with the blade of the gods.
The god of war is dead. Kratos finally gets his reward.
He goes back to Athena, ready for peace, ready for the nightmares to end. Athena. She delivers the final crushing blow.
What does she say?
She admits the gods can forgive his sins, but they can't take away the memories. They can't stop the nightmares.
So All that servitude. Killing heirs, it was all for nothing.
Pretty much for nothing, as Kratos puts it. The ultimate bait and switch, the deal he made, the thing that kept him going for 10 years. Null and void.
I'd want to jump off a cliff, too.
And he tries. Mount Olympus, I think.
Mm.
But Athena stops him, saves him, and offers him, well, a consolation prize.
Ares' empty throne.
The position of god of war. He accepts. What else is left? He becomes the very thing he hated, joining the system that broke him.
But becoming a god doesn't stop the pain, does it? That leads to Ghost of Sparta.
Right. He's still plagued by visions. These visions lead him to Atlantis, where he finds his mother, Callisto, alive but in prison.
He gets to see his mother again.
Briefly. She reveals his brother, Demise, is also alive, still trapped, tortured in the domain of death. But then, as she tries to reveal who Kratos' father is,
Let me guess. Zeus interferes.
horrifically, forces her to transform into this grotesque monster. Kratos has to kill her, his own mother, to stop her rampage. But also, Zeus silenced the truth again, made it monstrous.
This is relentless, so
Yeah.
he goes after Deimos.
Finds him in death's domain.
Yeah.
But Deimos isn't grateful. He's furious, blames Kratos for abandoning him for everything.
Years of torture will do that.
And the Thanatos himself, the primordial god of death, shows up and confirms the sickest irony.
What?
He tells them Ares and Athena took the wrong marked Spartan all those years ago. Deimos' entire suffering, pointless, a mistake.
Oh my god.
Deimos dies fighting Thanatos. Kratos loses the last piece of his family, and the rage, it just consumes him. He kills Thanatos, a mortal killing death itself.
Who shows up then? The Gravedigger again?
Zeus, yeah, proclaims Kratos is now death, the destroyer of worlds, like it's a promotion. Athena tries to congratulate him too, saying he's finally ready to be a full god.
And Kratos has just had it.
Completely snaps, pushes Athena away, rejects it all. The throne, the power, it's all built on lies, manipulation, dead family members. He vows revenge against Olympus, against Zeus.
That's the breaking point.
That's the final break,
Yeah.
which leads to that mobile game, Betrayal, where he just starts waging war on Greece, kills Hermes' son, Syrinx, just because he gets in the way.
Total war footing.
Unleashed fury. And that leads us right to the opening scene of God of War 2, Kratos, giant-sized, smashing roads,
And then the eagle appears.
Zeus in disguise, steals most of Kratos' godly power, puts it into the Colossus of Rhodes, setting up the next betrayal. It's a perfect circle. Kratos rises, only to be betrayed by his own father, the king of the gods, ensuring the cycle continues.
So if we boil it all down,
Yeah.
what does this mean for you, the listener? Kratos' entire Greek tragedy. It's just layers upon layers of calculated betrayal by the gods.
Yeah, they used his desperation, molded him into a weapon, dangled peace just out of reach, and then the second he got power, they feared him and moved to take it away.
The cycle of violence, starting way back with Kronos fearing his kids, Zeus overthrowing Kronos, it just kept going. They built a system designed to maintain power, not grant peace. Especially not to someone like Kratos.
Exactly. And it leaves you thinking, right, the source material really hammers this theme. Patricide, betrayal. It literally shapes the world in this lore. The primordials fall, land is made, Titans fall, Olympus rises. So what happens next?
What happens when Kratos, the ultimate product and victim of that cycle, the prophesied son who is supposed to overthrow the king, what happens when he breaks free entirely?
Right. He's leaving Olympus's control. He's taking that rage, that history, that cycle of violence with him. What kind of world will he shape when he lands in a new one? What does that next great conflict look like? Something to mull over as the ghost of Sparta heads north.